Vision of Finland 2030. Please clap hands.
Mr. Gautam ma'am and Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, please come forward ma'am, please.
Kindly join them. So now, next I request Mr. Ravi Parmeshwar to please come forward.
I would also request Elementary man to come over there on the dais. Anita Gautam ma'am, Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, can please facilitate.
I request Ms. Mikey, RUEF chairperson, and Mr. Rajan to please felicitate Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. May I request the dignitaries to please felicitate Ms. Anita Gautam.
Please clap.
Yes, please, big round of applause. Yes. May I request Alka ma'am to please come forward? Thank you so much, ma'am. Please, big round of applause, ma'am. May I request Mr. Shubhankar to please come forward? Thank you so much, Mr. Shubhankar, for coming in. Now, let's give a huge round of applause for Mr. Rajan Gautam, please. May I request Mr. Raghav, Principal, Angel Public School, to please come forward. Owner, okay, I'm so sorry. He's the owner of Angel Public School. Please give him a huge round of applause. Mr. R.K. Sharma to please come forward. We would love to felicitate you, sir. The voice is very low. I think huge round. It's better than, when we come. Yes, there you go. Mishra from Aishar School to please come forward. Principal, Aishar Public School, Mr. Mishra. Yes, कहते हैं तालियां. कहते हैं तालियां बाजार में नहीं मिलती, ये किसी बहुत ही अच्छी ओकेजन पे बजाई जाती है. Come on, we can do it better. May I request Mr. Neeraj? Mrs. Neeraj, okay, I'm so sorry. Miss Neeraj, please come forward. Can we change your name to Second on the channel? Specifically, those who don't. May I request Mr. Rakesh Shukla to please come forward, sir? Come on, we can do it. Thank you to all. Thank you, dignitaries. May I request Mr. Vikram Singh Rathod to please come on behalf of Amrita Jyoti ma'am, Dr. Amrita Jyoti. Please come forward. We remember her all the time because she is such a powerful and impactful female that any program can go without her, if we don't remember her. May I request Principal of Angel Palestine School? Yes, may I request you, ma'am, please come forward. Come on, we can do it. Thank you to all the dignitaries. Thank you. So, moving ahead, it is our pleasure to invite a distinguished visionary in the field of education and career innovation, Mr. Praveen Prameshwar, Chief Executive Officer of Lifeology and Partner Finland 2030. Mr. Prameshwar has been at the forefront of reimagining education for the new generation through the globally acclaimed Lifeology program, which empowers students to discover their true potential and align their learning with future-ready skills. As a key partner of Finland 2030, Lifeology has been instrumental in transforming students' learning journeys through initiatives such as Curriculum 2030 and Finland International Bootcamp, both of which blend global best practices with India's dynamic educational landscape. So, we are privileged to have you with us today. We eagerly look forward to your insights on how education can evolve to meet the demands of a fast-changing world and how Finland's futuristic vision inspire Indian classrooms. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Praveen Prameshwar to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, all of you. As introduced, I'm Praveen Prameshwar. So, I think Abhishek, you can take down the screen so that, so I'm already here, so no need of the picture there. Yeah. So, as introduced, I'm Praveen Prameshwar. For the last around 20 years plus, I have been working in the field of education. So would like to, it's very challenging to talk to a team of principals because you have been navigating in and out of education for quite a long time. So what more I can share with you is a challenging task. So whenever I address teachers or principals, it's not very confident occasion for me to talk about education because it's too challenging because you're living inside education and what can I talk from outside? So what I will do is I will share a couple of experiences, what I have seen in my entire process. When I say my entire process, fortunately, I got an opportunity to train students from kindergarten to the CEOs of top companies. Because in my last around 23 years into human development, I got the opportunity to wear different hats. So 2003 is when I joined my undergraduation in Government Law College back in Kerala, in Trivandrum. So I really wanted to be a lawyer. So why did I want to be a lawyer? Because my grandfather was a lawyer, my uncle is a lawyer, so I really wanted to be a lawyer. That was in 2003 after my plus 2. But during the first year of my undergraduation, I really wanted to work, I really wanted to earn money. It is not because of passion, but I really wanted to have some pocket money to go for movies or go for, good restaurants with my friends, go for trips. So I started thinking, what can I do as a part-time job along with my LLB? When I was walking through the streets, I noticed a poster inviting people to an institution to be trainers to train people in English, spoken English. So I walked into the institute, so then and there I got interviewed by the head of the institute and I went through the interview successfully. Why? That time, I was not even able to introduce myself in English. I was not even capable to speak in English for 5 minutes. But the interview was fully in my regional language, Malayalam. So she asked the questions in Malayalam, I answered the questions in Malayalam, so I could went through that interview. Then what I did for the rest of the time, I used to prepare for, say, 2 to 3 hours a day to deliver a session for half an hour. So around 2 years' time, so I was training students and professionals to speak in English. But along with that, I developed my language skills as well. And then on one fine morning, so a faculty was absent for a particular program to prepare MBA and engineering graduate to attend interviews. And on the very next day, they had an interview with Infosys. Because 2003, 4, 5, 6 time was the companies were hiring madly before the financial crisis. So I trained a team of 20 people to attend an interview without even witnessing what is exactly happening inside an interview board. And all the 20 people got selected at Infosys, and that gave me a new portfolio to train people to attend interviews. So my entire domain got changed because in Kerala, Karnataka, so Andhra Pradesh, Goa, up to Mumbai, so I was called by institutions to deliver training programs for students in various engineering colleges who are preparing for campus placements. So I was keeping my minimum attendance in law college by 50% qualified for my exams, and the rest 50% time I was traveling across the state to deliver training program for engineering MBA graduates. So, but the cost of that or the profit of that is I shifted my career from law to human development. So after my LLB for 5 years, which I passed with good marks, so I decided law is not going to buy my career. I want to pursue the career in human resource development. So I decided it's good to do an MBA. Because that time Masters in Human Resource Development was not that popular as it is today. So the only course where I could specialize in human resource was to do an MBA. So I got admission to a university called Cardiff University in the UK, which is one of the Russell Group universities, and I did my Masters there in HR. But what's a good point there? That university was having a department supported by PricewaterhouseCoopers. They call it as the Student and Professional Education Department. So every student, teacher, or a small and medium-sized enterprise owner in the particular region, if they want any sort of training requirement, so they can approach this department and they do the training free of cost. It's powered by the PwC's CSR funds. So every year, this department can, even today, so attach 4 master students to be their trainers. And because by that time I was having 5 years of experience in training and development, so I could become one of the facilitators with the department. And it gave me immense opportunity because I could train people from more than 100 countries, so over a span of next 2 years. And the first year I was working in part-time, and the next year I started working full-time with the department. And then I thought, so every development happening inside the company is actually not only related to the learning and development process, it is also related to the strategy inside the company. So what I did, so after my master's, I started my own company called Thoughts Academy, so which is into corporate consulting, learning and development, and also leaders. So as part of Thoughts Academy, which I started in the UK, for around 10 years time, 2008 to 8 years time, I would say, 2010 to 2018 exactly, we used to develop and design learning and development programs for corporates, integrated with the strategy of corporates, and execute it through coaching the leaders. So that's what we used to do for around 10 years time. And by the time I got the opportunity to coach some very good CEOs in India and abroad. And in between, I did a postmasters from the London School of Economics, specializing in strategic management. So during this particular business, that's a Thoughts Academy, so we used to do a lot of student assessment, employee assessment, personality assessment, coaching processes, and we used to get a lot of requirement from our clients. Why can't you support our children with this? So that's where in 2018, why can't we pivot it into a different level? Whereas, whatever problem we are trying to solve with corporates, what's exactly the problem we try to solve with corporates? They would be narrating it in different words, but the bottom line is, they can do better, but they are not working well. Solve it. They may call it as communication skills, public speaking skills, leadership problems, team building problems, performance metrics. So different terminologies can be there. But in bottom line, the people can do well, but they're not performing well. Can you help us with that? So we started thinking why people are not doing well. And we realized it's not because the people are bad or people are wrong. It's because the right people are majority places at wrong places. So it's very important to make sure we lead the right people to the right places. That's where we started Lifeology back in 2018, around 7 years back, with a mission to lead every people to a meaningful future where they enjoy happiness, financial independence, fulfillment, and purpose. So this is what Lifeology has been doing for the last around 7 years, started in the Middle East in Dubai. So after working with around 100 schools across the world, we moved to India, so around 3 years back, and we have started working in India, collaborating with different schools, governments. We have 4 divisions. So with schools, we work with Lifeology Yes. With colleges and universities, we work with Lifeology Plus. With governments, we work with Lifeology Go, and we have Lifeology Academy, which we collaborate for the NCVT certification to become career and education counselors. So this is what we do. And 2 years back, we decided all the people who are working in Lifeology, myself, Mr. Rahul Ishwar, Mr. Another Rahul is there. So we have been we all started doing learning and development when we were in our teens, late teens, in our 19, 18, we started jumping into the learning and development business, I would say. So we thought, why can't we put all our experience, expertise, and ambition to create impact in the life of people, to develop a program which can really impact the life of people. So that's where we started collaborating with the Finnish system of education. So in 2 years back, now we're 2.5 years back, we started collaborating with the University of Helsinki, the #1 university in Finland, to create a curriculum, a full curriculum, to support the total holistic development of school students, which we really want to expand it to college students moving forward. So the curriculum, we titled it as Curriculum 2030. So now, before talking about the curriculum, so based on what Ms. Michael was explaining, so I would like to add a couple of points about the Finland education system, which I learned from my experience of working closely with the Finnish educators for the last around 2.5 years. I will give you a couple of scenarios which I would like to share with you. Around 2 months back, we did a digital Finland symposium. The first Finland symposium we did. It was an online program with representation from the Finland Embassy, University of Helsinki, a couple of schools in Finland, and a business mentoring or business accelerator in Finland. So we had representation from the government and diplomacy in Finland, the university system, school system, innovation and entrepreneurship system. And we invited 100 principals around India to interact with those people for 2 hours. So that was the first Finland symposium we did digitally. There was a question asked to a principal by a teacher, by one of the principals in India. The question was about the physical education system at the school. The person is the principal of that institution, addressing a team of 100 other principals in India, where this guy is invited as an expert to provide solutions to the questions, or answers to the questions, right? One of the questions was about the physical education system in the school, and the guy didn't answer. He said, so I'm a physics teacher. This is a question about the physical education. Without consulting with my physical education teacher, how can I answer this question? It was a big face-off for an organizer, because we invite an expert to interact with. The question was very pertinent, and this guy was not giving a proper. So what do you feel if you were the organizer? It's not good always, right? But the very good point over there is, this is a part of culture of Finnish system, whereas they are extremely specialist in their area and their integrity is extremely high. If they don't know answer for a question, or if they don't want to comment about a question, they neither bluff nor come up with a generic answer. Whatever they say, they want to say the right and the most important points. So a physics teacher can talk about educational leadership being a principle and about physics. Educational leadership you talk about being the principle, and physics you talk about. Pedagogy you may be able to. If you ask a question about physical education, he may not be able to give you the answer, even if you need to say to a crowd that I don't know. So this is one key point which I learned from this is just an example, but multiple examples I can quote, where people are specialists and they want to do everything in the best of the best manner, and they don't want to make too much of mistakes in dealing with people. This is one example. So that means the specialization and integrity is very high, with extremely high. So second example is, so we always say the Finnish education as activity-oriented, experiential, a lot of games and activities, right? So Lifeology, or even before Lifeology with Thoughts Academy, the first company, we have been doing the experiential learning process in India and out. So we took the CEOs of top companies in India to the top of Himalayas and did 3 days of workshop over there. We took corporate employees for hiking and numerous adventurous training programs. We did fun involved activities for school students. We did for 3,000 plus trainers. So we organized a workshop to make on how to make learning experiential. I'm not talking about Lifeology, the first company which I founded. And in Lifeology also, we are so proud that we do a lot of activity-oriented thing, okay? So when we started working with the University of Helsinki team around 2 years back, they asked us, Praveen, could you please send me the current materials you are using for training so that we align on what you guys do, so that we can start from the same place. We sent all the materials with pride. We thought this will impress these guys. This will make sure these guys are impressed on us so that we get an upper hand in the working process. Because we have been doing it for quite a long time, the experiential model. And we are pretty clear that we are following the COPS learning cycle in almost every activities we do. But the next discussion, the education team asking, even for the minute icebreakers we do, what's the theory behind it? What's the concept behind it? What's the learning principle behind it? So I started asking, like, if it's just an icebreaker. No, that's fine, but you are making use of the time of people who participate in your classes. When you are making a person spend at least 5 minutes in an icebreaker, you need to be pretty clear that you are delivering the value of for that. So what is the learning theory behind it? What is the principle behind it? What is the key exact deliverable behind this? Okay, we started thinking, we have been delivering this icebreaker for quite some long time. People enjoy it, so people, we can really break the ice. Then why the theory? So, but later on we started understanding, so every minute activity or very small kind of experience the people are delivering inside the classes are actually meticulously designed based on profound theories and concepts. So we can see that the Finnish education system is very experiential, very activity oriented, very dynamic, but heavily and deeply rooted on theoretical concepts. Every small activity they want to connect with or root it on a scientific principle and theory, and they value the students' each minute a lot. If this guy is spending an hour with me, so he should be benefited at the end. So whatever I give should be based on profound theories. So if the first point is about they do want to specialize and they do want to keep the integrity high, so this point is every piece of learning they want to based on scientifically proven concepts and theories. That is one another. So we had a very tough time working with these people to create, because we are good in regards, like, if something is not working, we find a different way to work it, but they ask for theories to back it up. So the point is, we had a very tough time working with the Finnish educators to create this entire curriculum altogether. But that is a very good point on which they are basing their education system. That's the second point I want to bring. Because these points can be adopted if we need to be adopted without the constraint of number of students sitting in front of us, right? Whether it is 16 students or 60 students or 600 students, you be good with your specialization and you make sure what you're talking is extremely right and based on a proven principle can be adopted by any educator irrespective of the number of students or the class size. So another experience I have is, so we, so we have been visiting a couple of schools in Finland, and when we moved to one of the classrooms, so students of grade 5 were actually making furniture. They were making furniture, they were making benches, chairs, tables, using nails and hammers. So the furniture thing, and there is a lot of, so broken furniture there. These people are trying to fix that as well. So I was thinking, so this particular session is intended to provide maths learning to students, right? Because that's what we think. Because if we do something inside the classrooms, that means either you need to teach maths or physics or chemistry or geography or history. So you need to teach something, right? So I was checking with I made a comment to the person who was accompanying me that it's a wonderful way of teaching people physics principles and maths principles. He said, no, sir. We are not doing that much of things over here. It's simply we are helping them to learn how to fix broken furniture at home. Okay. So that means even from the young ages, cooking, cleaning, making the bed proper, sewing, dressing up in the best way, doing basic maintenance of electrical and mechanical and furniture kind of things at home. So all of these are trained for students even from the younger ages. And they call these as the integral life skills. So this makes the priority of education also properly fixed in the best of the best manner. So this is another thing I learned, whereas it is super important, but because what they say is even before a student understands about the history of the country or the geography of another country or the physics principles, they need to be pretty clear to manage their home and manage their food and manage their dress and manage their bed first. So who is going to train them all this? We have to train them all this. See, Finland is a country, a very cold country, right? Around 3 months in a year, it's going to be very cold now. Like November, December, January is the coldest months in Finland. So people wear special kind of dresses, and every school teach the kindergarten kids onwards how to wear this dress and how to wear it properly. This we can do irrespective of the number of students in our classes. It's about prioritizing what to teach. So one is the specialization and integrity. Second is the importance they give for profound theories and concepts behind everything by valuing the time of others. Third is about prioritizing setting the base standards for a person to live in this world. And another important thing is we organized a Train the Trainer program for our curriculum 2030. So in India, I think in last January, it was in last January 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the people from Finland, from the University of Helsinki, so traveled to India exclusively to train a team of trainers to deliver this curriculum 2030 program. So the last day of the program, it's a 5-day program, okay? The last day of the program, for the last 2 hours, 3 of the teachers had to go because that day there was parent-teacher meeting happening at their schools. So that so they were counselors at a school. So they had to meet up with the parent-teachers. So they had to move by, they were not spending time from 2 to 4 o'clock because 4 o'clock is the closing ceremony. So in the afternoon segment, they were not there. It's a 5-day training program. Teachers were not, the trainers were not participating in the program for just 2 hours. So what usually a training organization do? Do we mind? We used to not mind that. We have been doing training for the last 20 years. We used to not mind that. But the facilitator, you have seen the facilitators, still I'm there. So you have seen the facilitator, Dr. Marcus Talvio, who was talking on the video. So Marcus Talvio was the chief facilitator. He denied to give certificate for these people. He denied it. He said, I can't give because they didn't attend the program in full. But he was not obstinate. He had an alternative also. The alternative, that's the best thing. It's not about, anybody can say that I don't give. But the best thing is they come up with an alternative. The alternative was, I am ready to spend 2 hours with these 3 people online. I'm ready to spend exclusively for these 3 people. So once we complete that program, then we give them the certificate. Okay, in one way it is a disturbing obstination because the trainers were not so friendly with us afterwards. Now they are fine. But initially, because they attended 4.5 days, full program, and just because, Abhishek, please don't move that. Keep it on the first page itself. Okay. Yeah, so they were attending it for 4.5 days, and just because of 2 days, they were asked to attend another digital program, which is not actually, we couldn't take it in the right sense initially. But that's the kind of quality consciousness these people give for each piece of education they deliver. And they repeatedly say education is a serious game. We can't gamble with it. Every person who is going to deliver this curriculum needs to be super prudent. And so we were in need of 20 people to be the initial set of trainers who are delivering this curriculum 2030. To recruit 20 people to work part-time with an institution is not tough in India, right? You see a lot of psychology graduates, a lot of MSW graduates, a lot of trainers, a lot of counselors who can easily become the trainers for this program. But we had to spend around 4.5 months to recruit this 20 people because we select and they reject. We select, they reject. We select, they reject. That was a very tough time we had to go through. Because after every interview, they sent a message, Praveen, keep in mind, education is a serious game. We need a person who is very serious to do this, to be the trainer of this curriculum. So these are some of the points which I did learn from the experience of working with the Finnish education system. And the last point, not the least, before I go to our curriculum 2030, is the coherence of the educational ecosystem in Finland. When I say the coherence of educational ecosystem in Finland means the schools, universities, business mentoring departments are heavily interconnected. In a particular place, assume there are 50 or 100 education institutions. Finland doesn't have that much, okay? So assume there are 100 education institutions. So these education institutions will be mapped into a university, the top university in that particular area. Any research requirement, any training requirement, any teacher training requirement, the school can collaborate with the university to execute it. And the schools do work very closely with the regional business accelerators, whereas the business accelerators regularly organize business mentoring workshops inside the schools. And any student jokingly saying, I have a business idea, will get referred to this business accelerator, and they try to check whether he has a serious idea in mind. And if there is at least a very small element of idea, they will be inspiring them to build it into a business. So the universities, schools, and business accelerators work as a triangle in a very heavily embedded manner, and the respective municipalities or corporations are taking it in a serious way to host these people together time to time. Any gaps these people, because it's not like a naturally evolved cohesion. It's a collaboration evolved in a conscious way with the interventions of the government, whereas they are trying to connect those people in the tight of the tight manner. Universities are always welcome to the schools. Universities can interact with the students, present about their courses, present about their careers, and the schools don't take it in a way that universities are selling their courses. They always pay the red carpet welcome to the universities and also business accelerators, because they say we are playing a relay game. We want to hand over this baton to you so that you be better aware of who these people are. So do have a regular interaction with our student. So this kind of an ecosystem connection is there. So I think putting all this together, adopting any of this is not based on how many students we have inside the classes. So why do I say this? Putting all this together, I was giving a scenario to some of the people who I was interacting with in the morning, where it's like, in the heart of Helsinki, you see on the right side the Finnish Parliament building. And you see on the left side, so the iconic OD library. You can search in Google OODI, OD library. You see more number of people taking selfies with the OD library background than the people taking selfies with the Finnish Parliament in the background. Because the library, learning, knowledge, education is kind of super celebrated in the country. They have consciously branded their education system. It's not that their education system became first and then got branded. It came together. They consciously branded the Finnish education system around the world so that everybody would be proud to talk about their education system. Every Finn is very proud to talk about their education system because they branded it in the best of the best manner. So I think, these are some of the points I wanted to add on to what Ms. Mike was saying about the Finnish education system, because she was looking at it from a European perspective, and I was trying to see what is exactly I was valuing from seeing through an Indian perspective, being a person who studied in India for most of my life. So these are some of the points I wanted to share with you. And now, when we created this Curriculum 2030 under Finland 2030, so in Curriculum 2030, we were trying to integrate all these best practices of Finland education system to make it available for students. Now I will talk to you about the Curriculum 2030 a bit, and also what exactly we want to do and where we want your support or your help in the process. So, next slide please. So Finland 2030 is an education initiative in Finland, as Mike was explaining. So a joint collaboration between Lifeology and the University of Helsinki to bring the best part of Finnish education system to the world. And to talk a bit about University of Helsinki, the next slide please. It's the #1 university in Finland, the number 22 in the QS rankings, and it has a tradition of around 400 years. And University of Helsinki is considered to be the cradle of new thinking because their commitment to creating new business ventures and innovation is very high. So they are the most coveted university in Finland. And being Lifeology, so we are a co-academic partner to the visionary schools in the world. So a Guinness World Record winning company. We won the Times Business Award last year for using artificial intelligence in education. We created a robot called Leia. Some of you might have read in various newspapers. Fortunately, got pretty well covered in almost all the media. Whereas so Leia assists the students with questions. The tone of responses they give, the voice of responses they give, the facial expressions when they are giving responses, combining the facial expressions into the tonation and also the responses they give, it assists and create a future pathway for the student. It's for that we won the Times Business Award. We work very closely with the Harvard Business Publishing and Harvard University, and also we got featured on Forbes and Fortune magazines for the good work we do. And many people from CBSE, and all the principals are from CBSE city coordinators, some of their people here. We are very pleased to work with the CBSE Skill Education Department for the last 4 years to support them in executing the Guidance Expo and Guidance Festival and Skill Expo. And this year, as you know, it is happening in 16 cities around India. And for the first time, it happened in Dubai as well. The first Guidance Festival and Skill Expo outside India was in Dubai, Indian High School, Dubai, on 3rd of November. And these are something about Lifeology. And to create this curriculum, we put up we team up with some of the best people, the best brains around the world. So the chief mentor to the curriculum is Sir Richard Roberts, a Nobel Prize winner in medicine for his studies in gene splicing, who is an absolute he just has two passions or two enthusiasms or two interests. One is to positively creating genetically modified crops to support the poor, starving countries. And number two, to understand about human behavior. We are close with him because of the second interest. And we have people like Dr. Marcus Talgio from the University of Helsinki, so Professor Brian Hutchinson from the University of London in US, and Mr. Alan Gattenby, the current president of Asia Pacific Career Development Association, Dr. Marilyn Mays, the co-founder of Asia Pacific Career Development Association. What we did, move up please. Could you move please? So this is the proposition we started exploring into 2.5 years back. The future is interestingly challenging. As per the Oxford Martin School study, 47% of the jobs will be totally out, and the rest of the jobs will be heavily influenced by artificial intelligence. The students who are in high schools today, when they come up into the job market in 2030 decade, the jobs which they are going to pursue may not even be existing today. So we are getting into a very, very interesting future. The key question there is, the key question there is, how exactly we make ourselves relevant in that field? And we thought, to make a human being relevant in the field, in the world, because that's a question which the author of Sapiens, Mr. Yuval Noah Harari, always asks. If the machines are going to do everything for us, what's gonna be the relevance of a human being in future? And we believe to be relevant in future, it is super important to collaborate the human skills and technical skills together. We need to have a synergy of human skills and technical skills. And in that synergy, we created a curriculum altogether called Curriculum 2030. Curriculum 2030 is resting on 5 pillars. The socio-emotional skills, the 21st century life skills mostly problem solving and decision making, career planning, AI, innovation, entrepreneurship, and a global outlook. And why it is titled as 2030? It's because it's predicted that 2030, so the 2030 is going to be one decade which is going to be terribly challenged by technology. And 2030 is the same decade which the students who are currently in high school is going to graduate into the world of work. So we believe we have to do something for 2030. That is where Curriculum 2030 comes. And based on Curriculum 2030, we have created an international future boot camp. This is an opportunity I want to share with you in a serious manner. I want to take your help also to make this happen. And this may be a very important point I wanted to talk to you. International Future Boot Camp is a 7-day program created based on Curriculum 2030, which is happening in Helsinki and Estonia, in Finland and Estonia. For the upcoming summer, and every student who is attending the program gets certified by the University of Helsinki Center for Continuing Education, HY+. And they will be attending a European pitch competition where they will be getting an opportunity to win a prize up to $1 million with a year-long mentoring. And they will also get into the finals of the European pitch competition where the students will be, the winners of the competition will get an all-paid trip to travel to New York to visit the UN headquarters and present their idea there. So it's a 7-day program. So in upcoming summer, especially in May and June, we plan to host 20 cohorts from 20 cities in Finland. That every cohort is a cohort of 30. So that means we are focusing on 20 cities like in Dubai, Qatar, Doha, so Kuwait City, and Singapore, Malaysia, so from Indonesia, and a couple of cities in India. So we want to take 20 cohorts from the Asian region. That means 600 students to travel to Finland and attend this boot camp over there. And one of the cities we want to focus is the Delhi NCR with the Faridabad as a core. And we believe there can be 30 students from all over Faridabad, 30 students, because every cohort is a cohort of 30. So travel to Finland, and with every 10 students, one teacher can also travel to Finland and attend this boot camp and get a wonderful experience of total transformation. They will be visiting 2 cities, 3 universities, 3 business accelerators, 5 workshops, and getting certified by the University of Helsinki's International Education Department, Center for Continuing Education, and they will be getting into a wonderful network as well. And these students will be part of the Finland 2030 community who will be able to attend every month a masterclass by an expert after that, till they complete their courses. This is what I want to share with you. So we believe I'll stop in 30 seconds. Yeah. So we will be, because I thought I was just assigned to speak about what I spoke for the last 10 minutes. So I thought I will add a bit from my Finnish education learning as well, so that it value for all of your time who come over here. So I wrap up by saying this. So as a representative of Finland 2030, so we want to make the students get experiencing Curriculum 2030, and for that, we want them to attend this Finland International Future Boot Camp for 7 days in Finland and Estonia. So 30 students from Faridabad will be getting an opportunity to do that. And the details of the camp is already there in the 2-pager, which you are holding now on your table. And any further details, my colleague, Mr. Gavra Taleja and Mr. Abhishek Kumar Singh is here, and they both are from Delhi NCR, and they will be able to provide you with any more information one-on-one at your schools moving forward. So we welcome your 30 students and a bunch of educators, and we also have a plan to take the principals to Finland along with this batch to experience Finnish education hands-on. We are ready to host 30 students and a team of educators in Finland, and the team will be traveling on 2nd of June. 2nd of June 2026, the cohort will be traveling from Delhi, starting from the Delhi Finland Embassy. We're really looking forward to host you and your students in Helsinki, in Finland. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen, for your presence, your wisdom, and your inspiration. We are deeply grateful to you for taking the time to be with us today and for sharing perspectives that will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on our educators and students alike. We now have the privilege of inviting an eminent educationist and a dynamic leader, Ms. Anita Gautam, Principal of DAV Public School Sector 14, Faridabad, as well as a City Coordinator. Ms. Gautam is known for her visionary leadership and her constant efforts to foster innovation and academic excellence across DAV institutions in the city. Her commitment to holistic education and her contribution to nurturing collaborative learning environment have been truly exemplary. Ma'am, it's an honor to have you with us today. We eagerly look forward to your words of encouragement and inspiration.
A thunder of applause for the bankers who shared minds and it is for you also. It is for you also. Applause for yourself, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Sunday. You have given your time over here. We came to listen. Till now, the program has binded us together, but we need to take into account the participants that they have other things also. So, with my folded hand, I request you to please conclude in 5 minutes. Otherwise, we will have an empty over here, and we have a lunch also. So that will be a big problem. Ki khana, to whom to serve the lunch? Thank you.
Very good afternoon to the eminent guest of the day from the Finland, Miss Maiki, Mr. Praveen, Jayanji. I may be missing out the names of many people, but a heartfelt welcome to all of you in Sector 14, in DAV, Sector 49. Thank you very much, Rajan sir, for reminding me the time limit, that I should not exceed it. And when we get the opportunity to hear about Finland, we all know that it is one of the happiest place and best of the education system. And there are many things that attracted us all, ma'am, that we would like to visit Finland to know more about it. Though Mr. Praveen has tried to give up the holistic view, how it could be the best of the opportunities for all of us, for all students, for teachers, for we, the educationists who have been working in this field for long. And yes, one of my colleagues was just sitting along with me, Ma'am Alka. She was just saying, yes, it is a golden opportunity that we must avail it. When you were talking about it, ma'am, I was reminded of my children's school, that is Bluebells International. They have this system of cultural exchange program where the students, along with their teachers, they come to stay in the houses of the students. They used to stay with us. I also got an opportunity to host 2 of the children. One was from Mexico and the other girl was from Australia. They stayed with us. Both the children, means the girl was with my daughter and the boy was, when they were in the different classes, and the age group that they chose was around 12 to 13 years old, because there the adaptability is much more. And when they stayed with us, they get to know the food that is being cooked at our places, the value system that we had at our home, and moreover it was our responsibility that we should show them the places around Delhi or nearby cities and help them in shopping, show them the culture of India. So this was their system, and whatever food was being cooked for my children, they used to carry that food also. So they have to eat the same food which we are cooking at home. So it is just to make them familiarize what is the system in India. And they were, I get to know that they were sharing what is their education system, and they were learning what was the education system of that school. And I think that is the true cultural exchange programs. And listening to you about your system, and ma'am has said that the population of Haryana is 3 CR and yours is 56 lakhs. But I think if we have a vision, we can start with small steps. We may be able to reach there because there are certain limitations in India, that is, most importantly, is the size of population. That for that reason, but even if it is not a free education that we can provide, but we can take the best of teachings techniques, because the pedagogies they are adopting, because when we discuss here in India, it is very much mandatory to give homework, otherwise the children do not study at home. And we do have 6 hours, schooling hours are 6 hours. So we would like to understand, and the most importantly that we would like to know from your system, that how, because these days students are too much digitally inclined, and we are putting a lot of stress on not bringing mobile phones to the schools because we cannot control them. So we want to adapt, we want to learn from you that how you have made it there, because you have allowed tabs and everything, but then how the students are exercising that self-control, that they are not using or checking the sites which are not meant for them. So we need to understand from you that how you are, because sometimes I believe that when you say no to many things, we all tend to do all those things. When it is said don't do this we try to do that only. So how you have enforced your children to exercise discipline, use technology, and learn all life skills, all interpersonal skills, and turned out to be the best of the happiest people later on. So this is what we would like to learn from you all. And I'm sure many colleagues, those who are sitting here, they're equally interested to visit Finland because we all are ready to adopt all the changes in the new system and we would like to be trendsetters in Faridabad. So for this, all Faridabad is there, open, they are extending their hands, arms to you, take us all, make us learn whatever we could do there. So thank you very much. Thank you, Gautam sir, for organizing such a beautiful program. And though it was such a short notice, but I could see that many people are still very much interested and a great initiative. Thank you, Jayan sir, for thinking of organizing this program here in Faridabad, because Faridabad is an educational hub. For information of Mikey ma'am and sir, that there are more than 400 schools in Faridabad and around 250 is of CBSE. So it is a great hub of education, and whatever information, whatever experiments you want to do in Faridabad, this is the rightest place that you have chosen here. So thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for, because we get to know a lot many things about Finland. We just, chat GPT, we have done a lot many things, but the insight given by sir was really great, because when it is you being, you're talking about your country is one thing, but when he speaks, it comes from the personal. So thank you very much. We indeed loved it. Thank you. Thank you.
Very well put up in the words, ma'am. Thank you so much for your enlightening words. We now have the honor of inviting a highly respected educationist and an inspiring academic leader, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, Director of Varinda International School and General Secretary of Sahodaya School Complex Faridabad Chapter. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi has been a guiding force in promoting collaborative growth among schools and fostering innovation in teaching and learning practices. Her leadership in the Sahodaya School Complex has encouraged a spirit of shared learning, quality enhancement, and academic excellence across institutions. Ma'am, we are privileged to have you with us this morning. We look forward to your valuable insights and reflections as we continue to explore new dimensions of global education through the Finland 2030 Symposium. Most welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please join in welcoming Dr. Vijay Lakshmi to address the gathering.
Good afternoon everyone, namaste. So on behalf of Sahodaya Faridabad Educational Chapter, first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Jayan Chaudhary ji, Chairman of IGF, Mikey ma'am, Director of Finland to 2030, and Praveen Parmeshwar ji, नाम ही जिनका इतना अच्छा है परमेश्वर जी. So dear friends, this is fact. This will be wonderful opportunity for all of you, because I myself went to Germany in 2014 for an exchange program for 15 days, and I stayed in the house of one of the professors. We used to visit different schools. A group of 30 students was also with us. And I'll tell you, like 15 days were the golden period of my life. Because when we stayed in their houses, we got to know about their culture, their system, and then I was telling that she sponsored 2 students. And I'll share one very interesting experience with you all. When I was staying in her house, so she used to offer me German food. So one day I asked her very humbly, Uli, can you allow me to cook myself? Can I cook myself in your kitchen? She came to me, she was 57 years old lady. She came to me and she told me, Vijay Lakshmi, tell me one thing. When we come to India, do we ask for German food? Why are you asking for Indian food? Eat whatever we are offering you because you have come here to have different experience. So, Praveerji, you just write down my name. I'm the first person who is interested to explore and visit Finland because 2 days back I attended one program of Korea also, same like different countries. They are asking Indian schools and students to come and explore new things. And as Anita Ma'am said, that Faridabad has got very good potential, volume, and I think all the schools, they really want that our students should go to different countries, they should have different exposure and learning experience. And last, thank you Rajan sir, though ये short span में हमें message मिला, but thank you so much कि आपने initiative लिया that we called all the school leaders, or many of them will be interested after hearing so much from Nike ma'am and Praveen ji, and I'm sure that in June 2026, many principals will be joining with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your words, ma'am. So, moving ahead, I'm going to talk about an amazing personality amongst us, and we'll guess the name. He is an Indian TV news anchor, journalist, and social media influencer. He has served stints at India News, Z Media, TV9 Network, and Aaj Tak. He runs 3 YouTube channels. News book, cricket book. He has amassed over 15 million followers across various digital media platforms. Anybody who can guess?
Subhankar sir.
Yes, clap hands for Mr. Subhankar Mishra. He is amongst us, and then we should look forward for his, amazing words and the knowledge he is going to give to us here through this platform, sir. Most welcome.
Thank you. So, first of all, very good evening to all the eminent guests who have been really patient enough. Thank you, Jain sir, for actually getting me introduced to this wonderful platform of yours. And I really appreciate the way the IUF has come forward and united the educationists from all across the world. And I hope not only one particular country, one particular place, but we really create a global platform across where do we get opportunity to such exposures. And of course, I extend my thanks to Mr. Gautam. Thank you for hosting us over here, giving us this platform. And before I move ahead, I won't be taking much of time because already the listener has, he has set a time. But it's very difficult for a media person when you tell them that this is the time level, and especially when you give them, that tight regime of some 5 minutes, and you say that you cut it up. So it's tough. And what to say about lifeology? See, this is the God's own enterprise. I call lifeology God's own enterprise. When you have Ishwar and Parmeshwar coming, partnering together, So it's God's own enterprise. So you don't need actually any blessings from anyone, and I guess the Finland is really going to do well under your guidance. Of course, Ms. Mikey, thanks so much, bringing two different worlds together. It's a huge task, I guess. And before I come up, I rather, finding answers, we should ask questions, We should be asking questions to ourselves. That is the very first thing that we should begin with, right? So the very first question is, why exactly we need to move abroad? Why do we want our children to go abroad? क्या कमी है हमारे सिस्टम में क्या कमी रह गई है? अच्छा, is it like you have to undermine your own system to just to gain access to the outer world? Is it like something like that? No, you have to understand that we are fast adopting to the new system, the new global system. But that doesn't undermine the concurrent system or the traditional education that we had. That had its own importance. We have come across a lot of systems, we have analyzed it together. So, I generally am seated on most of the channels, mostly on Times Now. I should be naming them because, my bread and butter runs through them. So, I should name a few of them. So, Times Now, Z News, Aaj Tak, and I have been into the kind of journalism which has been, has been targeting a lot of politicians across. I'm a political journalist, but yes, I came into education, and I started with a program called Career Couch Shubhankar, which was read across 150 episodes. So in itself, that is one milestone for a television person. So yes, we did reach it, and now we are coming across a platform called Guruji Time, which is in partnership with IUF. We are going to bring up some new courses, and we will be aligning courses with universities in India and across. So coming back to the thing is that why do we need to send our children abroad? Why do you think? मेरा बेटा तो कनाडा में पढ़ता है. So that thing has changed actually, Every day we wake up to a news where one country is hitting on the other. Every day we pick up to a news where a country, just to prove its own supremacy, we talk about the comparisons of how many nukes you have in your arsenal. And at that particular time when we talk about global economics, global education, things, it doesn't add up together. But actually saying that this is the correct time, when actually we have to promote this cross-cultural relationship. This is the correct time. If we really want our children to grow up in becoming the global leaders who don't have that concept of increasing the border, that invasive perception that our global leaders are still setting up. So we need to harvest that peace inside the brains of our children. If you need to harvest peace, you need to harvest that thinking, that perception. You have to harvest it actually. And that is only possible through a cross-cultural relationship with different countries. We need to have that exposure. I used to work for New Zealand government. I was involved with NZIS in 2005. So what happens is that, I tell you, that after India, whenever New Zealand, wherever I read that name, I feel that ownership. I feel that connection with them. I feel that connect. So I can never think anything, negative about New Zealand. I cannot imagine about it. So the more you are connected, with with this global format, the more you are connected with every country, you will be, having that emotional connect with them, which is still, I think, it is something which needs to be invested in. Don't invest in a hollow education system. And it is yet to analyze that. We are yet to analyze which education system is actually perfect for us. I was just asking Ms. Mikey when we were sitting back at the principal office. I did ask her that, there is a difference between your education system and ours. Better or worse, I don't know, but there has to be a bridge. There is a difference in the timing of education, the entire, the curriculum that you have set in a limited time frame. So that, you said some 6,000 some hours, if I'm not wrong, right? And in India, if it is globally, comes to somewhere around 7,000 some hours, right? So there is a difference of 1,000 and some hours. So can we really bridge a system? Can we build a bridge in between these two systems so that when these students come back to us, they find their relevance in our existing system. They do something good for us. They do try to bring in the change in the complete education system that we already have. And that is how we are going to evolve. That is how the evolution is actually happening. The third very main thing that I understand about this is that there will be a lot of promotional thing, from every part of country. There will be sooner or later, the Russian universities will be coming in, and they have been coming actually. So the perspective of principals. Ask yourself, what should be the perfect perspective of a principal to promote cross-cultural relationship or a study abroad program or a student exchange program? What exactly should that perspective be? With what perspective? Are you going to undermine your system to define some other newer education pattern? Or is it going to be a bridge, a cross-cultural bridge? So, I'm a media person. I'll be doing a little bit of talking since, sir, am I still within 5 minutes? Okay, good enough. So I'll take rest of the 2 minutes and just, I just came up with an idea. I'm just thinking of coming up with an educational media program, right? It will be called चुटपुट बातें. अपने भाषा में बात करना ज़्यादा आसान रहता है, लोग वहाँ पे ज़्यादा एक्सेप्ट कर पाएंगे. तो जो प्रश्न मैंने आज आपके सामने रखा कि पूछिए कि क्या हम जिस एजुकेशन सिस्टम को डिफाइन करने जा रहे हैं, एक नए पद्धति को हम सामने लाने जा रहे हैं, उसकी जो स्थापना है बच्चों की मानसिकता में कैसे करनी चाहिए. और इसको लेके मैं अभी आप लोगों तक आऊंगा. मैं कुछ लोगों से मैं चाहूंगा कि मैं आप लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करूं, और आज ही से वो जो मैं अभी प्रोग्राम की बात कर रहा था, मैं टेलीविजन पे लाने की सोच रहा हूँ, वो चुटपुट बातें. हम लोग, मैं जैन सर के साथ मैं बात कर रहा था. टाइटल अभी हमने वर्कआउट नहीं किया, मेरे दिमाग में अभी भी आया कि चुटपुट बातें इज गोइंग टू बी गुड. हम लोग बातचीत करते करते चीजें निकालेंगे और हम जानेंगे कि उस एजुकेशन पर्सपेक्टिव कौन कौन सी चीजें, मतलब हम लोग कुछ नया सीख सकते हैं एक दूसरे से. अभी जैसे हम लोग फिनलैंड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, सो वी विल बी टॉकिंग टू सम ऑफ योर प्रिंसिपल्स. हम इसको रिकॉर्ड करेंगे and I try to put up in a program. So मैं जैन सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा, kindly give me 5-6 names, तो मैं जिनसे बातचीत कर सकूँ. I'll take help of Miss Mikey and of course Mr. Parmeshwar, and we'll talk about the Finland education system जिसके लिए आज हम लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं. And my very good wishes to the symposium which is on, for Finland 2030, and I guess sooner or later we get an opportunity to really work together in bringing this two different worlds on a single platform. So thank you once again for having me here, and think about जो प्रश्न मैंने आपके साथ छोड़ा है, प्लीज सोचिए और मुझे भी बताइए. मैं यहाँ पे आप लोगों से कुछ सीखने ही आया हूँ, कुछ सीख के जाऊंगा, कुछ चीजें आपसे नोट करके जाऊंगा और कोशिश करूंगा कि इसे मैं सामने रख सकूं, शायद दुनिया से कुछ देख सके आपसे. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Mr. Mishra. Powerful and impactful words. Okay, you heard. I'm so sorry. So, would like to tell you that Mr. Anthony, he is going to join online with us. As we continue our journey of learning from Finland's progressive model, we now turn our focus to one of its strongest pillars, the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship that defines Finland's global success story. to share his valuable insights on this theme. It is my privilege to invite Mr. Anthony, faculty member, Finland 2030. Sir is here and then he is going to discuss with us on Finland education and the system through online mode.